it's Allie with Aurora Energy. Today I'm really excited because I'm actually getting a site survey done on my own house in order to get solar installed before the summertime so I can reduce some costs from our monthly power bills every month. So you can see behind me we've got a professional up here from our solar partner. He is doing a site survey, checking some things on the roof. We're going to have a little interview with him in a bit and present it to you as an educational program so you can learn a little bit more about what is involved in a site survey and what to expect when you decide to do solar on your own home. Hey, it's Allie with Aurora Energy. I'm here with Devin from Empire Solar. He is here to do our site survey today. He's one of our solar industry partners. So I have a few questions about the site survey. You're a pro, you just did the one on our house.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're looking for during a site survey?
Sure. So what to expect when you're expecting a survey. Usually we're gonna start with the interior. We're gonna look for any attic access you might have. Usually it's in the garage or a closet, most of the time. And then secondarily, we're gonna look for a sub panel. 90% of the time they're gonna be in the garage. Other times they'll be in an interior closet inside your house. Usually you want to clear anything away from the front of those sub panels so we can have direct access to those sub panels because we have to take what's called the dead front off the sub panel. After we're done with the interior, we'll start with the exterior. We'll do exterior photos around your house. We'll check out your main meter. We'll also do what we did to your sub panel to your main meter. Take the dead front off, inspect it, make sure the wiring's up to date, and then we will go up on the roof. We'll take any measurements on any section of the house that we feel is the most appropriate for panels or according to the design. Sometimes one section of the house might prove better than the house that you actually have a design for. That's why we do the survey. We'll take some 360 photos. We'll adjust those photos for any type of shading that we may see. Usually these big trees may be a little bit of a problem for production, but that's why we have a design team. After that, we'll take drone photos. And again, that's more for shading, but to get kind of like a surrounding area focus on your house. And then that's pretty much it. You're looking at about 90 minutes for a basic house. An experienced surveyor will do it in just under an hour. Bigger houses can take more time. Additional time requires additional work, so you'll have to adjust accordingly.
And if someone is doing like a ground mount system or something on a barn, you probably need additional time and tools to figure that out too, yeah?
Correct. So when we do ground mounts, usually in a more rural setting, people with a lot of land will have the option to do ground mounts. They're way harder than just regular surveys, require 2 people and additional time for sure, depending on the slope of the hill or ground that you're actually putting the panels on, and dependent on how many panels you're actually putting.
Okay, great. Good to know. And so are you looking at the condition of the roof as well? If someone has a roof that needs to be replaced, you'll be able to inform them about that?
Good question. Condition is important, of course. Before I even go up on the house, I'll pry out the leaflet on the very end by the rain gutter and see underneath and check the condition of the plywood. I'll check the edges of composite shingle. I'll see what kind of condition the black paper is actually in. Tile roofs are completely different. We'll have to pull off a couple tiles, check the black paper underneath, weigh the tiles. If they're under a certain weight, they're light tile. If they're over a certain weight, they're heavy tile. So there's a different procedure for both.
And same with metal roof, I imagine.
Same thing.
Yeah. So you had asked me about whether my rafters were exposed. What are you looking for there?
So in order to limit exposure, we're not really doing interior surveys at this time, but most of the time we can get what we need just from exposed beams from outside. Your house actually has exposed beams. You can see them up there. You can clearly see the rafters that are made up of your attic. I can take my experience that I have and then generate the information that we need for a proper survey, and we'll grab that information off the exposed rafters, put them in our report. We can get the spacing, the tilt, the actual rafter size. Essentially, we can get pretty much everything we need from the outside about 95% of the time. So the customer almost always doesn't have to be home.
Just helps make the engineering and planning that much easier and eliminate costly mistakes later on in the permitting process and whatnot. Thank you so much. You've been really knowledgeable and fun to work with.
I appreciate that.
It.
Thanks. Bye.